Hi, my name is Jasmine and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me already, I'm the chick that accidentally fell in love with not one, but two narcissistic pricks in my life. And if you are watching this video, then you are probably going through the same with an ex. You just wanted clarity, or you're in a relationship with one and you just want to know more about narcissists. Now, I was in the exact same position as you. When I was in a relationship with my narcissistic ex, I didn't know at the time that he was a narcissist. It wasn't until the end of the relationship I did some research about what narcissists are and how they use manipulation tactics on you to get what they want. Now, what the fuck is a narcissist? Most people will describe narcissists by their traits, by using manipulative tactics, and that's part of it. Yes, they love bomb you. Yes, they gaslight you. Yes, they lie and cheat to manipulate you. They use your emotions against you. That's part of what a narcissist do. They will gaslight you, they'll love bomb you at the start to get you hooked, and then afterwards, whilst they've gotten you hooked in the relationship and they know that you are interested and invested in the relationship, that's when they start to show their true colours. I always used to describe my ex as the wolf in sheep's clothing, but you need to see narcissists in a different light. Narcissists will never love you. You need to get that through your head. They use people as tools. They see people as tools to get their needs met, to get what they want out of you. They're willing to lie. They're willing to exploit others. They're willing to isolate and control you because it's a sense of power. It's a power play with narcissists. They don't actually care about you. And this is one thing. People are like, oh, will narcissists change? Not unless they want to. Not unless they've actually recognized, and most narcissists do not want to recognize that they're the problem. They don't like criticism. They get defensive. Have you ever criticized a narcissist or called them out on something that threatens their reputation, the image they've built of themselves, and they've managed to be defensive, start to gaslight you, start to put it on you, make you feel guilty for even bringing it up? Have you ever felt that way? They care so much about their reputation, their image. They want to be admired by people. They want to think that they have control over people. They want to be successful. They have a grandiosity. They think that they are God. My narcissistic ex thought he was God. He even used to tell me. Honestly, at the time, I thought it was a joke. But he actually believed it. He would lie and say that a police officer came into the bar and offered him a job. And if you're familiar with police, it's a progress thing. You don't just get offered a job, especially by a police officer. But he seemed to think that's how it worked. He did the push-pull method. So what he would do is he would love bomb me, and then at the time he would back off. And he'd start to criticize me. He would emotionally distance himself from me. He would give me the silent treatment. Now, these are manipulation tactics, and it made me feel crazy because I'm like, some part of me feels like he doesn't care. And that part of me was right because he didn't care. There was no part of him that cared because he lacked empathy. When I was crying on the couch, he wasn't there. He was playing video games. He was on his phone. He didn't care. And I'm sure you've been through a situation where you've confronted your narcissistic ex and they've gotten either aggressive or defensive, or they've played the victim and they've turned it on you. And they start to use triangulation as a tactic as well, where they bring others into the equation. Let's just say that you caught your ex or your partner, your narcissistic partner, and he was messaging a girl, and then all of a sudden he hides his phone. And you feel jealous, you feel like you're going insane. And he's just archiving these messages and he's saying, what do you think you're doing? No, we're just friends. And they downplay the situation. They use manipulation tactics in order to keep you hooked, in order to play that game. You know when you're on a roller coaster, why you love it so much? It's because it's the up and down, it's the thrill of it. And at the end of a narcissistic relationship, you feel like you're going crazy. You feel emotionally drained. But part of you still attaches yourself to them because it's a toxic relationship. They're using manipulative strategies. They don't actually love you. They see you as a need that is getting met. You're meeting their need, whether it's sexually, whether it's emotionally. They feel a sense of power by having control over your emotions. And they get bored, so they'll discard you as well. And then they'll start finding another person that meets that need. And they'll probably cheat on you because they need to feel wanted. They have a need to feel wanted by others, to feel admired. And it's all from a deep insecurity within themselves. Narcissists are actually really insecure individuals. But they use manipulation tactics like love bombing, like gaslighting, like the silent treatment, by being defensive, by downplaying situations. You know, they put it on you. They play the victim. And they use also smear campaigns. So after the relationship is over, they'll paint you out to be the villain in the situation. They'll say you pulled a knife on them, or they will say that you were so horrible in the relationship, you used to abuse them, and they'll create a false lies, just heaps of lies, or they'll twist truths in order to paint you to be the bad guy in other people's eyes. And then you're like, what the fuck? And this is what narcissists do. And this can be in friendships, this can be in relationships. You can experience this. They just love to play the victim in situations to make themselves look good, to protect their reputation, their image of themselves, because that's all they care about. They care so much about what other people think about them, and so they want their reputation to be great. They can't be authentic in themselves. They just can't. They can't be real with you, because if they were to be real, they would have to be vulnerable. And they can't be vulnerable. They don't know how to be vulnerable because they see vulnerability as weakness. Vulnerability is weakness to them. They see others as a playbook. They just use you as a playbook, as a pawn in their whole entire life. It's their game. And you're just playing their game. Now, if you're in love with a narcissist, I was in the same boat. And trying to separate how you thought about them when you were in that relationship, how you pictured them, the future they promised you, the person you thought they were. Honestly, it was just a mask. It was just a manipulation. They were never really that person. They never really loved you. They never really cared about you as a friend. Because any opportunity they took, they would talk shit about you behind your back. They never cared. A genuine relationship is when someone cares about you, they don't treat you horribly. And you shouldn't want a narcissist back. And trying to heal from a narcissistic relationship is progress. But the first thing is to recognize they will not change. You need to recognize that they will not change. The only way a narcissist will change is if they recognize that they're a narcissist and they go get the help that they need to heal, to stop doing the manipulative tactics, to actually try to love. But they just have an inability to love. They just can't. And it's maybe from past traumas, from in the past, or maybe they've just grown up and they have issues and they just haven't dealt with them. And so they push people away. They hurt others to protect themselves because they have a fear of being vulnerable with people, and they never let anyone close. So if you think, oh, maybe the narcissist loved me, he came back. No, he came back. It's called hoovering. When they come back, they say they love you and that they want you back. They've changed, they've healed, they've gone to therapy, they've done all the right stuff, all the things that you wanted them to do. They've practically done it. But have you actually seen them do it? Have you actually seen them go to therapy? Because I bet you as soon as you get back into a relationship with them, they're going to wait probably 1 to 2 months and then they're back in discarding you, of being emotionally unavailable, on treating you badly, cheating on you, manipulating you. Love bombing, gaslighting, being defensive, the silent treatment are all manipulative tactics that they use. But honestly, you're just a pawn in their book. They can never love you, and I'm telling you the hard truth. And And I don't want anyone to say that there's hope in a narcissistic relationship, because no, there isn't. You're wasting your time. The best thing you need to do after a narcissistic relationship is heal. Block them, cut contact, and move on. And when you block them, they don't have access to your life and know what you're doing. And you shouldn't feel, oh my God, are they checking up on what they're doing? They must care. No, they do not care. Because if they treated you like that in the relationship, just treating you like absolute shit, where you just felt like you were going crazy multiple times, they did not love you. If you're in a healthy relationship and you've been in a healthy relationship, you will know what true love actually feels like. When someone actually genuinely cares about you, how they treat you, how they show up in the relationship emotionally. When they're there for you when you actually need them. A narcissist cannot provide that for you. All they want is anything that has anything to do with themselves, where it's a personal gain. What do they get out of it? What do they get out of you? That's all they care about. And yes, it will take time to heal. You probably got a trauma bond, and it will take time to heal. Because of the push-pull, the manipulation tactics they use, the roller coaster of emotions you went through, that is what is keeping you hooked on them. It's the unpredictability that they've made you experience in that relationship. That unpredictability in the relationship is what kept you stuck, what kept you invested, because they would show you signs of hope that they would change, that they would improve, that they were the guy that you met, the guy that you fell in love with, but they're not. It's just a mask. They're the wolf in sheep's clothing. They're just wearing a mask. And you need to learn about the manipulation tactics that people will use on you, because you're not even going to realize that this actually happens in our everyday life. People manipulate us, friends, family, everyone. In relationships, work colleagues, they manipulate us. And if you're vulnerable, if you're like people pleasing, if you're emotionally available, then you're a good target. You're just like me. I was one of those people that would fall in love really quickly, but I'm an easy target for them to manipulate. And I would react. Now, when it comes to a narcissistic relationship, you honestly just need to not buy into their bullshit, not react. And I know it's really hard when you fall in love with them, but if they're showing signs of manipulated tactics, then you need to leave the relationship, because that's not someone you want to spend a future with. Do you want to be with a person like that? Is that the person you envisioned your future with? Someone who manipulates you, someone who makes you feel like shit every day, someone who criticizes you for what you wear? Or do you want to be with someone who's emotionally secure in themselves, who treats you like royalty, treats you like a princess? Then heal from this relationship, move on. You need to move on. And I'm being cruel to be kind. Narcissists are just master manipulators. They can never love. You're just a tool. You're just fulfilling a need. They don't see people as people. They see them as pawns for their own selfish gain. And once you've realized that, once you've accepted that, once you've changed your perception on your ex or your family member or your friend or your ex, then you can finally move forward. But you need to not hold hope for a narcissist to change, because they will not. The next person they left you for, they're going to do the same thing to them. They don't change. They're going to continue that pattern, and they're going to be unhappy for the rest of their life. You need to move forward, and you need to move on after a narcissistic relationship. Now, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate feedback as well. So thank you for watching, and have a good day or night.